realizing that I've seen some of Michael's comments from email that I got lost in my inbox because I get so much in my inbox. So we'll be going over. And Michael has sent a lot of stuff. So we're much appreciative for that. And I watched Groundhog Day and saw it in a whole new light, you know, to use one of their terms, which of course is one of their everyday terms. Saw it in a whole new light. But we know the light is Lucifer, and or the light is their God or creator. The light. I remember Madonna talking about the light back when she was the Kabbalahist, which of course she sure is. They're more just Satanists. They bring out things like Kabbalah and things like that just to kind of carry their world to the surface for the average viewer. But yeah, to their core, they're just Luciferian Satanists. They're doing all the eyes wide shut stuff along with whatever else you want to possibly imagine. So the FDA approves a pill, the red pill. And I think the blue pill is the one you go back to normal life, and the red pill is okay. Now you're going down the rabbit hole, and we take you down the red. What they got my number on there, of course, the 82, right? I mean, 7 times 6 times 1961. Well, yeah, the 82. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you putting, troll. I'm just kidding. That's narcissistic. Ghost in the Machine knows exactly who we are. And we apparently always have been. And they've known it. And I've started to get kind of a bad feeling for y'all too. That it might not just be me they come for when all this hits. They're going to want to take out the church, the true church, one last time during World War III. But knowing that a lot of lost sheep are going to be waking up, but we were in hope of the lost sheep who have already gotten woken up. And we're here very active on this channel. And there's a possibility that, because I've always had it, the Lord's always placed it in my heart. They're going to come right for me once the calamity hits, the lights go out. And I don't care if it's, mafia, gang, whoever they hire, they could get your SEAL team after all of us. We could each have our own special SEAL team just to seal the deal. It'd be on video so Trump could watch it. Absolutely. So, but they can only kill you once. You know what I mean? And you think back to the Roman Empire days when they were not just throwing Christians to the lions, but they were impaling them and lighting them on fire to light up the streets. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't give it too much thought because y'all can see where my thoughts are. My thoughts are watching movies and breaking stuff down, trying to figure out when he's going down, plus or when the book of Revelation is going to be open, which really just keeps our focus on the word of God. It's, when they brought down those twin trumps, that was to put your focus very narrow, because when you get freaked out, you don't have any expanse of mind anymore. Your thought processes gets very narrow. It's a fight or flight. And they were able to put on the news and put a face on the news and say, we're going to war. And you go, yeah, of course we're going to war. Because you had no mind at that point. And they know that, let me see, where was I going with that? Well, I guess when everything breaks down, see, the world's going to be broken through 1 out of 4 people on the whole earth dying. So through that broken world, the focus will be very narrow. But through the 4 horses, just his death and just the whole earth. I know what it was I was getting at. Our focus gets very narrow as we do these videos. Like when we're focusing on the Antichrist and when he's going down in the book of Revelation to be open, that narrows our focus to the word of God, which is why I can then pour Bible verses right into you on election and predestination. And you absorb it through the Holy Spirit. And I got a daily Bible study channel if y'all ever want to watch it. I don't think y'all do, but y'all might. TS Daily Bible Studies. We're in Matthew and Revelation. We're going through Revelation right now. It's got 4 views. Thursdays, 3 views. I know it's early Saturday morning. I've gotten behind because I've been doing these videos and watching movies, working out and doing this, but I'll do Fridays after this video. I'll do Fridays and then pop up Saturdays later on today. Today's big clean day here in this place. Apparently I just ignored dust and clutter, and it's time to, I'm off for 2 weeks. I can't just play. I gotta clean, and this place needs a lot of rearranging. But I don't think y'all come here from the look of the views, but if y'all understand the word of God and you're good with it, there's not much more I could say about that. What a blessing. And let's go ahead and get to it. So I watched Groundhog Day. I think it would behoove us maybe to do the prep first. So there's a lot of prep. Yellow school bus back in Day of the Soldado. Yellow school bus in The Dark Knight Rises a couple times. Yellow school buses and all of them, it seems like. Donnie Darko, of course. It's just, we got to get back to that gematria again and look up yellow school bus or yellow bus. Whoa, magic bus. The Who, magic bus. Jamie, you know, a song's just pop in our head, right? Because we're that old school. Magic bus. May 29th. Okay. Oh, July 27th. Okay. That's 7/27, y'all. July 27th. Earl and the fiance's birthday. 7/27, magic bus. iPad Goat is 7/27 in length. This is 3/15 in length, which is March 15th. I don't know. We'll look at it later on. Don't forget that. Lock that one in your memory banks. Let's get going. So as the movie starts off, when they're going to Puxatawny, there's your 119 for Donald, or your 911 backwards. So 2 Donald, 2 911 on Groundhog Day. And there's your 22, which of course we've made famous. That's my divorce date is Groundhog Day, and 2/2 is February 2nd for Groundhog Day. And I met her on October 22nd, when my son, whose birthday is October 22nd, was turning 22. Of course, Earl was shot with a 22, and there was a 22, and Michael can verify, and Jamie can verify for us. There's a 22 in both my cell and home phone number. and there is hers also, and was in the address I was living at the time of the divorce, and the address she was living at the time of divorce, because she moved out, got her own place. And, you know, that was made very comfortable for her to do. 15,000. And that's just to give you perspective of the shot that it was in the movie as the van was turning right. So Puxatani since 1887. Well, you see the 88, and you know that the first wife, I mean, my second wife, her number began with 87 with her first husband, because he was August 10th, 1971. And her number, of course, October 28, 73. So 87 is her marriage number. And her next progression, you then now go up to the 88, which is her marriage to me. I was her 88. And it's got the 88 and the 87 here. And of course, Groundhog Day is our divorce date. So I've been reliving that divorce ever since it took place. And as this character, they were right. It's not just 9 or 10 or 11 days. He wakes up. It's over a long span of time. And of course, they tell you it's 33 years because of their number 33. And we have to look at 33 days through the portal, which I think takes us to the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's 43rd day, which is February 12th, which is a day we have become now extremely high on. It said Kobe died on the day of the Grammys. We knew the Grammys were their ritual, along with the Kobe incident, to usher in their ritual. What's their ritual? The illness. That was to satanically usher it in. And of course, and that was false flag. And of course, Trump's false flag event will be to usher in, along with the Super Bowl halftime show, if we're right about this, will be to usher in the I no longer think, I mean, NFL pro football is bigger than college football. The college is just bring you through to it. I don't think he's going down now. I don't think he's going down in January. I now really think it is going to be all about this Lupercalia Valentine's Day, hearts on his chest. Hang on. It's on the tip of my brain. The lotus. The lotus is all about the heart chakra. The lotus flower pops up. So don't get me wrong. You can go down New Year's Day. But it's that Chinese New Year that seems to really, in the eye of the tiger, that really seems to speak to us. And this movie is about 6 more weeks of winter. That's what Groundhog Day is about. 6 more weeks of winter. And you can kill a lot of people in 6 weeks with no electricity. And they can do with the weather. You remember what they did last year? It's just a little experiment. They froze Texas to death late in the year. Texas snowstorm 2021. It was in late February. So if he goes down on the 12th, they could start freezing you out, because it's all about a blizzard is coming. Storms coming. And last year, Valentine's week winter outbreak 2021, snow, ice record 13th through the 17th. America winter snowstorm. So this was in 2021. It formed on the 13th and ended on the 24th. And they could send another one right after that. It's still winter all the way into March 21st. So they can give you 6 weeks that they can have it snow all the way through the state of Florida. They could freeze us out. In California, you know, plus not even to even get into tsunamis. So they can kill a lot of people in a short amount of time. And then comes in, that's kind of your blitzkrieg. If you remember blitzkrieg, or if you've ever heard of blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg, Wikipedia. Blitzkrieg was a strategy of coming in and dropping bombs first and knocking out the electricity and infrastructure. And then you come in with the military. So what they will do, blitzkrieg, blitzing in football, you know, the whole football thing, the defenses are letting you score. Our defenses as a nation will be letting Russia and China score. Is a military doctrine in which surprise attack using rapid, overwhelming force concentration that may consist of armored, motorized, mechanized infantry formations together with close air support has the intent to break through the opponent's line of defense, then dislocate the defenses, unbalance the enemy by making it difficult to respond, to continuously change front, defeat them, decisive. During the interwar period, the aircraft tank technologies manufactured combined with synthetic German technical deep penetrations bypassing. What they would do is, if I'm not mistaken, they would go in and bomb first and see if we're hit by cyber attack, knock out your electricity, winter freezing snowstorms, no electricity, no food, grocery stores closed, no electricity. They could destroy quickly all of your oil refineries. There's only like 5 of them, I think. All the Russians, bomb them out. Nothing's moving. You're done. No grocery store, no electricity. Freeze, tsunamis, earthquakes, and then here comes China and Russia. They've just, at that point, you know, 1 out of 4 people die. It's not just this country, but population of North America. They have to kill 2 billion. So it's going to be way more than they could kill every single person in North America and they wouldn't reach their 2 billion. It's going to be war all over the world. It's going to be a world war because we're going to be bombing China and Russia. In Europe, I mean, I don't know how that'll go. They might preserve Europe. They love Europe. That's the Louvre. That's all their art. They're not going to hurt the Mona Lisa. Heck no. None of it got messed up in World War II. There'll be people dying over there, but not at the rate of Africa. I'm sure they'll wipe out Africa. They don't like Africa. Have you noticed? India, I don't know. But a lot of Russia and a lot of China. And why do you got to get rid of China and Russian people? Because they know about all this communism stuff. And Americans do too. The Europeans are about as laid back as you can get. Especially the French and Italians. Pittsburgh, the bottomless pit. So he's representing Trump and she's representing Mother Earth. And we'll get into that with some videos. But it's basically travel back same day, 6 a.m. Be the hat, Bronco, White Horse, Moronic, February 3rd. Y'all. Yeah, 404 popped up on his clock. 404. I mean, that's the book of Revelation. I mean, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. I told you the 404 is a big number. I think that's Atlanta's area code. Atlanta area code 404. Shwaka. There you go. Where's that area code 817? 817 area code. Fort Worth. God, he was just in Dallas. Oh, it's not 817. Sorry. Area code 718. That's the next portion number.
According to the New York Times, a new area code, 718, will be required to call Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island.
He was born in Queens. Porsche 718. Porsche 911 evolves to Porsche 718. They still make the 911, but you got a 718 too. I'm digressing all over the place, aren't I? This is the second day. Okay. It is the second day, so it's February 3rd. And that's when he says on Groundhog Day, later on, he says, what would you do if it was the last day of your life? You know, a bomb was about to go off tomorrow. If tomorrow a bomb was going to go off. So February 3rd is a key day to look at. That portals you over to the 17th, which is when I got hit by the paper airplane in my right eye. So I would say don't ignore February 3rd because it's the opposite day. It's the exact opposite of August 3rd, which is the midway point. These are the two midway points, February 2nd, February 3rd, of the opposite midway points between Lincoln and Kennedy's assassinations. So if it's not the 12th, I'm looking hard at the 2nd and 3rd, of course. Mainly probably. Oh. Okay, the 12th, the 5th is a Saturday. The 4th is a Friday. The 3rd is a Thursday. Okay. Which is when we think Jesus probably was taken on a Thursday. Because the Friday was a feast day also, day of preparation. So this is officially February 3rd, because it's the second time after the first February 2nd. So right there is February 3rd. So he would, now you could count the days for a while, and this was the first day afterwards. Theoretically go down. Okay, I don't think I'm adding any more in that video to us. We already looked at this.
Still feel lucky.
Twin Trumps. Did you see that? I pick up later on that.
Still feel lucky. Rita, if you only had one day to live.
One day. If you only had one day. One day. Commentary fair use.
What would you do?
Phil, what are you doing?
What are you getting at, Phil? Commentary fair use.
I know.
Fair use for educational purposes.
No. The whole world is about to explode.
So on Groundhog Day, the next day, the whole world's about to explode. But we like the 12. I know. That's the problem. But we like the third too.
Excitement.
Now, this is her. She is Mother Earth. So she's Lucifer. And he is Trump. He's the Antichrist. And this movie is all about him getting to her, becoming a better person every day for her sake. For her sake. Greatest trick plays in college football. I think don't want to watch this.
If you sleep on your side,
Need to save that one. It looks like,
I bet you hate your pillow, and this is why.
that looks like some good mindless adventure. So she's Mother Earth.
You haven't worked with her yet, have you?
That's who she's representing right there. She's representing Mother Earth. And there's your palms. La Palma. And there's your earthquake right through the heartland that we've been seeing a lot of in other YouTube channels.
She's really nice. I think she's.
And of course, he's falling in love with Mother Earth. And the whole movie is about him getting his life together to be perfect for Mother Earth, as I've been getting my life together and now have a great relationship with my stepdaughter and have, you know, the fences have been completely mended with my second wife through that divorce. And it's been a process ever since Groundhog Day 2009, ever since. I wonder if we should track that day. Well, her next marriage number is 89. Mine would be 53. You get the 4717. I've always known that. The 717. It takes 143 to get up to 9 on a clock, 9 minutes. If you're at 7 minutes, 17 seconds, it's a minute 43, 143, which means I love you. And it always meant the 1-4 tray to me. Well, you look at that 4717 from my divorce date to the Donnie Darko October 2nd, January 2nd overlay of that new moon on that Sunday. You do get the 417 on it. Now, if we go to February 2nd, we'll be at 4748 days, it'll be 4749 days. Let's go to the 12th. It's got 4758 days. So lots of likable stuff there. Again, you know, that the 12th just seems so big because they can still get off their Super Bowl and their halftime ritual before everything crumbles. If he just goes down the day before, they can compartmentalize and hang on to that Super Bowl and get it off. Because it will all, like if he goes down on a Saturday morning on a golf course, and see, they've got all kind of TV shows Saturday night for the Super Bowl. The NFL Network and the NFL Honors, they got all the celebrity stuff because that's all these football players are, celebrities. Jake from State Farm, you know, the Packer quarterback, Tom Brady, they're just celebrities. That's all they are. So I'm definitely biggest on the 12th because how can they waste this amazing Super Bowl coming up? At Lupercalia. I mean, such a waste, right? Then we hit the February 4th. Let's go with the moronic. Both Sicario movies and now Groundhog Day. Moron.
your shadow there, pal.
Morons, your bus is leaving.
Bus, the yellow bus. School bus. The bus. I know, right? Bronco, white horse, twin trumps, world about to end.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're looking at the twin trumps.
Rita, if you only had one day to live, what would you do?
And this is the newer version of it, where I gave you more of a wider screen with the.
I don't know, Phil. What are you doing?
What are you dying of, Phil? Fair use, commentary, fair use.
No, the whole world is about to explode.
So something could go down on February 3rd, and then he could go down on February 12th. They get in their Super Bowl and then send the blizzard. Where is the Super Bowl this year? Where's the Super Bowl this year? I was looking at 4666. Sorry, I got daydreaming there. I was wondering what day that would have been. If you go back 100 days, would it have been like let's just go October 2nd, 2021. So let's go November 22nd. So November 12th. Golly, that's when I started my new job. My first day at the new job from my divorce date was 4666. Wow. Yeah, I started on Friday. We were off Veterans Day the day before. So went to work one day and then had a weekend. Look at that, y'all. Also, when I started my new job, it's 666 weeks and 4 days, and this is 4666 days. Well, now I can prove this out with Jamie and Michael, but I'm not going to give y'all my school location number, nor not on YouTube, because people could call my school and go, this guy's crazy. But my school location number, coupled with my employee number, my own personal employee number, times my school number. In other words, I'm the employee of the school board. You take that number and put it with my school number. So my own personal number meshed with the school number. And I realized about a couple weeks ago when I did that, that this will be the last place that I work before the event takes place. Because there's your 404. Which is where I went after I was born. Went to the 404 Lime Street address, which I've shown y'all many times. And I'll go back to that not being a live state when the book of Revelation opens. So if I was born and stayed in the hospital a couple of days, I think they did you back then. So I might have went home on July 8th or July 9th. Well, when the book of Revelation is opened, that's probably what I got. I probably got 2 or 3 days. Which means I would die right around Valentine's Day or the 15th. And the email I got from my second wife was at 2:15 p.m. for February 15th. Interesting. And
In Caddyshack, doesn't he say be the ball? Because
he does. I emailed it. It's in prep.
he also plays with this Punxsutawney.
So Caddyshack's a big tell also. Big tell. I guess I need to go watch Caddyshack. I don't know how I'm going to watch it. 'Cause I don't feel like watching these Netflix movies that I've got. They're all about the illness. They're all illness movies. The sci-fi, like, I don't know. Will Smith, whatever.
Phil takes him on a ride and talks to him just like he did the gopher in Caddyshack.
Fingers just got.
And you're looking at 11:58 on the clock. I'm just noticing. By the way, the clock each day is at 5:59 and then flips over to 6 a.m. And he stays at a bed and breakfast. She put him at a bed and breakfast. She stayed at a hotel. He stayed at a bed and breakfast. And I got married at a bed and breakfast on Highway 559, Auburndale. Bed and breakfast, Highway 559, Auburndale, Florida. I mean, that's where we got married. And I've been reliving that marriage. I know it's like, it's not just like they've been trolling us. It's like the Lord's plan has just been. That's why we're so on top of everything that's going on. And nobody else is. And when people come here and they talk about, well, enter the stars and Brother James Key, and I'm like, folks, don't waste your time. Watch them, but don't miss what we're doing here, because I think we're doing more of the Lord's work than anybody else is doing. I'll just put it like that. But yeah, that's where Town Manor, bed and breakfast.
Here it is, Town Manor on the Lake B&B.
585, which there's your 58, because that's my marriage number and her marriage number. Remember, I'm 5176, blah, 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 blah. And she's 8710873992. And what's weird is her number begins with my marriage number, and my number begins with her marriage number, because my number is 82362 and her marriage number is 871. And you know, her number is 55244. My marriage number is 517. So her number begins with my marriage number. My marriage number begins with her number. And it was on 559. I know, it's crazy. It's all crazy. That's why I started showing you the numbers thing. Because everything in my life, the Lord has drawn me to numbers since I was a kid. And my favorite number was 24. And that's my next project. As I start this cleaning, I'm going back in that second room. I'm going to show you all the pictures of me with my 24 jersey. And Jesus's number is 2424, which puts a 42 in the middle, which is my high school number. So it's like he's always, I mean, if we're his, we've always been his since we were born. And various people that I talk to, they're all like, I've always known something. Hey, it's 242. And you've always known something. I've always known something. You've always known something. We're just different.
Be the hat. Come on, go. Be the hat.
It would take me a year to get good at this.
Be the hat. Anyway,
Sick.
Be the hat, be the ball. Didn't he say be the ball? And
in Caddyshack, and be the ball, Caddyshack. Caddyshack, be the ball scene. Does Bill Murray say it? I guess he
This
does.
is fate that brought us together. Our roads took us.
Fate that brought us together. You better believe fate. The Lord's ordained everything.
sure thing. Shoot.
So
Danny.
so he's the one that says be the ball. It's not Bill Murray.
Be the ball.
Okay. Interesting. And our last from the movie, it's basically time travel back to the same day, 6 a.m. every day.
So 126 into the movie, in other words, toward the end of the movie, just like at the end of Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, the end of Back. Oh, yeah. This is interesting.
Michael J. Fox. Oops, I mean Bill Murray.
Remember, because Michael J. Fox, I didn't take it off the time and all that. So, but remember, Michael J. Fox is an amazing entertainer. He's a music man. I don't know if that's part of Satan's whole music deal. But 'cause Satan is music. I am music and I write the songs through the Ghost in the Machine, Barry Manilow song. I write the songs that make the whole world sing, either through channeling into people or through the Ghost in the Machine, I imagine.
Is on stage performing.
Commentary, fair use commentary. So, yeah. Gotta love it. All right. So anyway, we went through the Pittsburgh thing, through the bottomless pit. Revelation 11:7. Surprised they didn't stop at a 7-Eleven in the movie. Just shocked that didn't happen. Babe, I got you, babe. Sonny and Cher. Sorry, the voice text together. You see how it's spelled, Sonny and Cher, when I voice texted that. But I got you, babe, is something we want to look at. And I want to see if Michael's done anything on that yet. Sonny and Cher, I got you, babe. Released July 9th. Well, 9 is an upside down 6, isn't it? But 311 is the length. It's gonna rain is the B-side. Rain Man. Singing in the Rain. I watched a whole thing when I first got into conspiracy around 2012, 2013, 2014. And it was done by a Farrakhan group. You know, they were heavy Muslims and stuff. And they broke down all these. Michael, it was so freaky to watch, man. Wow. Controlled op, telling you the truth. It was just mind-boggling. And it was dark. Of course it was. But okay. He's the weatherman from Pittsburgh. Pit, bottomless pit. Got it. The time clock, of course, Highway 559, bed and breakfast. I stayed. Okay, I already did that. There are things that are hit me while I'm watching the movie, and it's just like, I look like an all-seeing eye that kept appearing in the window. Movie is also about a blizzard. Of the coming storm. 9/11. And in the shot, they do get closer together, but you see the 9, 1, 1, 9, 1, 1. And that all goes back to Back to the Future when they had the 9 and the 2 flames going down the street, showing you the 9/11 there also. Blizzard, Puxatawny comes out. So they're telling you the storm's coming and it's going to be cold. Gobbler's Knob would be something for us to gematria, Michael, big time. Gobbler's Knob, big time, big time. We gotta. You write this down just in case Michael doesn't get to it. If you don't, Michael, that means I have to, and I'm not as good at that stuff as you are. You'll see how I passively aggressively manipulate Michael to do the work for us. But no, Mike, he really is. He is the man when it comes to that. I'm not just patronizing you, Michael, to put you to work. You really are amazing at what you do. And there's more of a close-up. I actually got up and took a picture of that at 404. I mean, you just can't ignore that. That's just too big. I sent that to Michael, didn't I? Yeah. Keeps walking past the church and the chandelier, the church type. I mean, it's a bed and breakfast, but that looks like a church. And it's got the downward arrows for the downward elevator that they had. He's going down into the bottomless pit on Groundhog Day. But remember, that was what movies were all of those in where it points downward? I've already forgotten. But it's got like the chevron upside down. Oh, what movie was that? Where it does that? Where they also give you that. Oh, it's pictures of Trump, isn't it? I don't know. I can't remember. If any of y'all remember, go for it. And it's twin pillars. Well, no, those are 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are twin pillars. Like the Christmas candle type look. But there's your Donnie Darko chandelier again. And I think we looked at chandelier. Right? In gematria, but that's another thing to revisit. So they do a close-up of his radio, and it's got the 88, her marriage number to me, and then 53, my next marriage number. And 92 is the end of her marriage number. Because she and her husband end at 392. So it's got and remember, me and her combined times beginning at 2002, we begin with the 92. And there's 2001 right there. And there's, of course, that 127 and the 216, and the 127 alternates with the 627 for the last 15 years or so in our, but there's that 92, which starting for 2022. And a lot of times we have surmised that my marriage number is actually to Christ, because as the bride of Christ, because 153 fish, that's my next marriage number, 2 different directions. Either take my marriage single digit marriage number of 5 and go 5 + 5 + 5 is 15, or my marriage number progression of 51 to 52 and then to 53. So I thought that was interesting watching the movie. Have they been trolling us my whole life? Good luck was said all over this movie. It's said in every James Bond movie, especially the Daniel Craig movies. In No Time to Die, all the Sicario movies also said good luck. When Benicio del Toro was about to separate from the group, the Josh Brolin character goes, good luck. They always say good luck in all these movies. And good luck, of course, comes to 88 in Gematria. Good luck. 88, simple gematria, just like Trump is 88 in simple gematria. Kobe is Gone, amen. RIGGEDELECTION. Oh boy. I wonder if like February, what if good luck comes to February 2nd? We got to look at that, Michael. Not February 2nd, February 12th. On the 7th time he woke up, after a while though, I realized he's waking, he goes through an entire evolution. He's woken up 1,000, but I was keeping a count there for a while. And I think I can just, all right, now this was freaky. This is where you got to get deep with me now. You got to get deep. Now, my stepdaughter. Y'all know how close I am with my former stepdaughter. She's like, I don't like that word, former. You're my stepdad. So, okay. So she was born 3/19. Oops. 3/19, 1988. And she's got the 88 coupled with the 86. And her birthday is 3/19. I mean, don't think we won't look at it when the time comes if everything's still sort of normal. But her favorite team, as she was raised, were the Yankees and the Jets, because her dad's side grandfather from New Jersey, they're New Jersey Italians. Her dad's 100% Italian, which makes her 50% Italian, just like I'm 50% Italian, because my mom was 100% Italian. Now, their family are more of the blonde hair, blue-eyed type Italians, or not so Italian looking. Like my family is extremely Italian looking. I'm more Italian looking than 100% dad is, just because of the nose, just the darker features, darker tan, and all that kind of stuff. But her team raised on the Jets, raised to be a Jets fan. And of course, the Heidi Bowl. In this movie on Groundhog Day, they're saying Heidi 2. And I looked it up and there was no Heidi 2. Saturday, Sunday, matinee. The Heidi Bowl, the Super Bowl. They called it the Heidi Bowl. The Heidi Bowl. The Heidi game, also known as the Heidi Bowl. The Heidi game, or Heidi Bowl. God, they go all the way back in time and rigged all this. That's just fascinating, and they show you this in Groundhog Day. Oh my goodness, it's just fascinating. Y'all, it took place on November 17th for 11/17, the deadly wound right eye. The Jets flying into the Twin Trumps. Playing the Raiders. The Raiders logo is the right eye patch. Oakland Raiders logo.
Picture
I mean, it's fascinating. This is nuts, y'all. And they moved up the Super Bowl just this year, one more week, because they added one more week on purpose to the NFL. They made it an 18-week schedule, 17 games, 18 weeks. The NFL regular season, 17 games and 18 weeks. NFL moves to a 17-game regular season in 2021. So just this year, they moved it up to give you 18 weeks, 6 + 6 + 6, but to move the Super Bowl up to, Super Bowl used to be around February 3rd, February 4th, February 5th, February 6th, February 1st, February 2nd, February 3rd. It was always in that range. And now it's on the 13th. The Heidi Bowl, before you finished watching the game, was interrupted. What the deal was, it was a Raiders Jets game that I think went into overtime. 1968 game between the Jets. The contest held on November 7th. Of course, November 17th was notable for exciting finish in which Oakland scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute. Rigged. That answers our question. It was rigged. The NFL's been rigged forever. Because we've been wondering. And see, it's what Joe Willie, Broadway Joe. Broadway beat the Colts. White horse, Colts. Heidi began at 7 p.m. and they just cut the game off. Cut the game off. NBC switchboards were jammed by viewers, phone inquiries. You want to talk about water cooler talk the next day? I mean, I was 7 years old, but I remember what a disaster this was in America. The Jets winning 27-23. Attendance 53, 318. How wide is a football field? 53 yards. 53 again, my marriage number. 53 yards, the width of a football field. 53 yards, the length of a football field, the width. The standard football field is 53 1/3 yards or 160 feet wide. You know how long tractor trailers are? 53 feet. Why are all trailers 53 feet long?
According to Medium, for a long time, the 48-foot dry van was the de facto standard in shipping due to regulation which limited overall vehicle length to 75 feet. Once those regulations were changed, the industry adopted the 53-foot trailer.
Polk County School Board number 53.
Polk County Public Schools. Here you go.
We're District 53. The school bus. The yellow school bus. My district. Oh, let's get back to Heidi 2. Does he go down on Super Bowl Sunday? The next progression after the Ford Theater? Ford Theater opened up on the 12th. The next progression would be the 13th. Does his assassination preempt or shut down the Super Bowl? or cut it short, or people are watching the Super Bowl and they switch. They take you off the Super Bowl to where Trump is assassinated. Wouldn't be a golf course then, would it? Unless it's over in China, where it'd be the daytime. There is no sequel to Heidi. Heidi 2. Heidi Part 2 TV episode 1993. Heidi and Heidi 2. Heidi 2. Oh, that's like porn. My bad. Grief. Yes. Collapse, please. After her charming, reclusive grandfather and falling in love with a beautiful mountain he calls home, Heidi is uprooted and sent to Frankfurt, where befriends. It was a mini series. But see, a mini series you don't put in a movie theater. There was no Heidi 2 movie, but Heidi was a movie. You with me? H-E-I-D. 1937, the year my dad was born, and 2015. Well, where's the one for 1968? Heidi, 15 titles. There's Heidi, 1968 TV movie. Heidi, 1978 family drama. Young Heidi is sent to live with her grandfather in a Swiss. That's the miniseries, I guess. It says part 1. Heidi. Heidi and Peter, Heidi. Heidi grows up. There is no Heidi 2, like it's, which is put on the marquee. It's just not there. It's just not there. There's no Heidi 2. Like they show you in Groundhog Day. So that's me just showing y'all that it was, I couldn't believe it. The Heidi game or Heidi Bowl, November 17, right eye wound, Bible verse. (1881) sequel, but it was not called Heidi. Courage Mountain, also known as Courage Mountain. Heidi's New Adventure is a 1990 American adventure drama film and serves as a sequel to John Spry's 1881 novel Heidi. It was not called Heidi 2. But we'd probably figure why they call it Courage and then Mountain. Charlie Sheen. Got that tiger blood. Isn't that what he had? What do you think that whole Charlie Sheen was about? That whole Charlie Sheen psyop. Raiders logo, right eye. Heidi Bowl, 1968. The Jets, right eye. Jet flew into my right eye on the 17th. That portal's over to February 3rd. It's just something to keep an eye on. Get it? It's not about you, you myopic narcissist. Yeah. Live in my shoes one day, please. Hey, they're chasing us. Come on, make it fun. So he had the gopher in one movie. So be the ball in both movies and the gopher in one movie. So we're going to have to look at Caddyshack, Wikipedia. I wonder if there's a center point for both movies. Groundhog Day, Wikipedia. Just like we've been looking at center points. So of course it came out February 2nd. How lovely. Caddyshack came out July 25th. What's weird is they don't tell you the year. Groundhog Day 2005 in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Oh, that's not the movie. Of course it came out February 2nd. It's because this is Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day movie, Wikipedia. Okay, it's February 12th. Golly, y'all, it's February 12th. 101 minutes. 101, their number. Another one of their numbers, I should say. For Joaquin and Boaz, the two pillars, and over the top is like the sun in a circle. 101's their big number. Y'all, it comes out the 12th. He's going down on Saturday the 12th, Baron Saturday. Yeah. And you got the Heidi Bowl again. In other words, that Super Bowl is all about the Heidi Bowl, the jets flying into the right eye. He's going down on the 12th. Excuse me. He's going down on the 12th. He's going down on the 12th. He's going down on the 12th. That son of a gun's going down on the 12th. There's Ted Baxter, or whatever his name was, Ted Knight. By the way, Army's football team, the Army Black Knights. What's Batman's name? The Dark Knight. The Black Knights, the Dark Knight, the Black Knights, the Dark Knight. Army won this year, by the way. I'm watching the game, though. It looks like they let him play. I haven't seen anything scripted so far. I don't think we have to look at a pinpoint date on Groundhog Day film or Caddyshack. A midpoint date, I mean. I just don't. I don't. That would be Leo to Aquarius. Midpoint would be with Taurus. It'd be somewhere around the late April or early May time. Let's just see if it falls on May 11th. All right, May 4th or May 5th would be the midway point between the two movies in this year. But let's look for a midpoint over the span of the actual movie release dates. Well, they're 585 days apart. What did I show you? The address was where I got married. 585. Town Manor, Auburndale. It's on Highway 559, but the address is 585. And her fiance plays golf every day, and she lives on a golf course. I'm not going to give you the name. I guess I could. It's Cypress Wood. You can't. Yeah, it's Cypress Wood. She lives in Cypress Wood. Cypress Wood, Winter Haven, Florida, golf course. It's homes, it's a community. And that's where she moved to when we got divorced. And then she relocated and purchased. She lives on a golf course. It's clubhouse. You can see the homes in the background. See all the rooftops. And her fiance plays golf every day. When he gets off, that's what he does. He plays golf. Super interesting, isn't it? It's super interesting how all of this is just like, so the movie is 400. The movie about my divorce date and playing golf, because the guy she's with has Earl's birthday, which is 7/27, which is the length of iPad Go. I mean, it's like, what? And it's just, I don't know. That's, now you look at the amount of hours, there's a 110 and a 40, 110 stories. But all right, so we're going to divide 4,585 days. So hang on, I'll do the math and give you the final date. Well, mathematically speaking, it didn't give us February 12th, which is what I was hoping for. It's November 3rd, which is 33. 11 times 3 is 33, and it does have the 86 in there in 1986 for being 86th. The 33 and the 86. Now, I don't know if that's any of that's by design. I'm always good for anything being a coincidence. It's just, how many times can something be a coincidence where it's no longer a coincidence? That's all. That's all I would offer to you on any of this. Anything that I tell you, anything that I show you, I guess that's going to be our, that's got to be our thumbnail. Got to be. And the title is going to be Groundhog Day. Tells us it's February 12th. Or Groundhog Day overview, February 12th confirmation, I guess. Jets 13886 stepdaughter's number. Already went over that with y'all, that she has the 88 and the 86. And because of the 86ing of the 88 marriage, she and I bridge that gap back, so to speak. And that's what he's working towards in this whole movie, is he is working towards fixing Groundhog Day through the divorce date or the Groundhog Day date or the 22. He, through that constant pressure of changing, he goes through all these changes of his personality. And I'm nowhere near the person I was back then, because that's what God does. He changes his sheep. He changes his sheep. We're a new creature. We're not the same anymore. We quit cussing. We quit telling dirty jokes. We quit getting drunk, quit getting high. Cleans up our mouth. He sure does. He will. Be the ball, Caddyshack, ball scene 1-9, no problem. We don't need to go to that now, but I was just confirmation that that did occur while I was watching the movie. I was taking notes. This is what the window evolves into when I told you it looked like an eyeball. The window in his room. I showed you this the last time I broke this movie down, and last time I broke this movie down, I don't think I got into, I didn't go over numbers with people, but that of course is the goddess. That is Lucifer right there before your eyes. He becomes an ice sculpture. See, he's got time to be great in anything. He's got time because every day he wakes up and he's a different person. I mean, he's the same person, but it's the same day. So you can go and refine stuff. You can go become whatever you want her. You find out, like he just walked by and was like, what's your name? It's like, my name is Nancy. Not her, but another girl. It's like, who was your English teacher? It was, let's just say Smith. What school did you go to? West Orange High School. Boom. So the next day, it's the same day again. So he walks up and he goes, Nancy? I had you in Mr. Smith's class, West Orange High School. Sat right next to you. Boom. I mean, that's what you're able to do when you're reliving it. So he became exactly who Mother Earth in his thing. As I've been going through my transformation of fixing the 88 or fixing the divorce on Groundhog Day, what Trump or what Bill Murray's doing is he is becoming what Mother Earth needs him to be. And that's the Antichrist. He's evolved. He has been on a journey of transformation. Why do I got 53 as the title of this email? Oh, again with the 53. Trolling us. Trolling your boy. Holler at your boy. It's got a 22 down here, then a 3, then a 53, then a 9. I didn't even show you the 22. Did I make another picture of the 22? It was day 33 plus the 22 that was not in the picture, plus the 3, plus the 53, plus the one he was holding was channel 9. It comes up to 120. I was trying to add up the days that would be April 30th, because I was including Groundhog Day. If you just include the numbers, well, it would be 120 minus the 33. 87. All the numbers of everything they're holding up is my wife's marriage number of 87. In the picture, I did not give you the 22. I did more of a close-up. 22, 3, 53, 9. '87, her marriage number. That's crazy. And you know the golfer's marriage number is 3. Because his birthday is 7/27, which there's 189. That's her third marriage progression. And it says 1, the 89, times 1967. He's 371763. There's a 717. And or the 176. So the 76 for Adam, the 717. And his first wife was born 3/16/1968. That's Facebook friends with us, so I knew it. Lord allowed me to be able to understand and see all this. So his next marriage progression is 36. And I always told y'all when those two get married, that's when, and they're not married yet. What if they decide to get married on Valentine's Day this year? Now, the next progression is 36, but 3 digits is 352, and that's the area code for Gainesville, Florida, the devil's advocate. 352 area code, Gainesville, Florida. Ta-da. And yeah. Yeah. Crazy nutty stuff. Right in the middle of he and his first wife's number is the 22 of Groundhog Day and the divorce date. Well, right in the middle with leaving 4 on each side is the 822. So that's my number, 82, the first 2 digits of my number, 82, coupled with the divorce date. That's his marriage number, original. Here's your 511, y'all, from May 11th. And I believe that was the year she's my second wife separated from her husband, because I met her in 2005. I think they separated. Yeah. Wow, his marriage number, his original marriage number ends in 32, and so does no 32 and me and my stepdaughter end in 32. That's right. Anyway, 92. So she purchases him for $339.88 at a bid for bachelors. And you know, I've been in a bid for bachelors before. My girlfriend at the time, of course, won it. She went out and got won me. I mean, we did not raise not even near enough money. I mean, we didn't rank very high. She just went out to places and raised a little bit of money. And I gave her some money, and you know, my parents went to it. That was weird. Bid for bachelors. So it's got the 33. And it's got the 88 in the amount of money that she purchased him for. Mother Earth purchased Trump for 339. I wonder what that would be in gematria. I don't know. Y'all see all this prep, all these pictures I took of this movie? He does an ice sculpture of her late in the movie. And of course, that's Mother Earth. She's the ice queen, isn't she? Because Satan is, that spirit has been sealed in the North Pole. That's the abyss, the North Pole. Mr. Freeze. One of the characteristics of God, they call him Mr. Freeze. They call him the Riddler because Jesus spoke in parables. All the villains. It's fascinating, isn't it? The movie, of course, has a number, motion picture number of 31714. Of course, there's a 714. When did I get married? I got married on July 14th to my second wife, the 88, at the bed and breakfast on July 14th, 714, July 14th. Can't make it up, July 14th. If you look at the day of that number, July times 14 times 007. That's me, 007. Married her on 2/007. Me going 2 being 007. Me and Trump. Polar opposites of each other. You have the 86 because the marriage became what? 86th. '86. The marriage became 86th. Got the 66 in the heart of it. The eliminating number, the get rid of number 86. Set up to fail day one. Everything's ordained by God. And of course, the Columbia Pictures logo pops up at the end. Lucifer, the holder of the light right there. The light bearer. Let me take a look at Michael's emails here to see what's shaping, see what's going on. I'll be going through your new videos this morning. The one thing that always becomes more clear after researching movies, videos, and more is that we live in the craziest, most wicked place imaginable, and no one has a clue about any of it. Nope, we're very unique. We are the set apart group. That's what I'm telling you. It's a little scary. A little scary because I've told you all that the Ghost in the Machine trolls us and trolls this channel. I talked about a Firebird and the how that's the Phoenix on top of it, and 4 days later they roll out a Phoenix on top of it. In other words, the AI trolled the video and told the producers, or told the high ups, the high ups at ESPN to make a phone call and tell them to get a Trans Am on the SEC Nation show. And they did. They sure did. Within days. So I've been slowly sharing with y'all everything about numbers and all that with y'all because it's the craziest thing in the world to keep in your head, real or imagined. So he said the timeline that the evil ones work on has been mapped out a long time ago. Wait till he sees this video and gets into that Heidi stuff. The Heidi Bowl. That's what Michael's saying right there. Wait till he sees that. The timeline that the evil one works on has been mapped out long time ago and will play out exactly as mapped out. I fully understand God created the evil from the day of evil. Absolutely. God's ordained every exact moment everything would happen. I was going to meet this girl, fall in love with her, marry her, divorce her, everything. Where I would be married, everything. And then he had these movies made through Satan. And it was to show me my salvational process and then to share it with y'all, which y'all can then look back on your lives and see your salvational process of everything that's happened in your life. Every bad thing that ever happened in your life was ordained by God. That's why it says, in all things give thanks. This is the will of God concerning you. Doesn't matter how bad it was in your life. It was part of your own personal transformation from being lost sheep to found, period. The ties between everything is flabbergasting. It can only be supernatural. There is no doubt about it. The Ghost in the Machine writes the script for movies, tells the producers, world leaders, what to do. That these things are handed down from the very top families that we probably don't even know of, that exist in castles and stuff over in Europe and England and wherever and however. And I think the royal family is only a figurehead sort of group of that, but there are other families that we'll never know about. But I think a lot of these celebrities come from that gene pool. I don't care if it's Will Ferrell or any of them. I think most of what you see in Hollywood are cousins and distant cousins and all related to varied high-ranking Illuminati families, which are all probably somehow bloodlines all the way from like Cain and all. I don't know. Just, but Trump's bloodline, obviously, and Trump could have been created through the artificial insemination style process to have a little bit of Satan's DNA in him somehow, some way, just something. I don't know. And kind of like the Rosemary's Baby movie that was about Trump, of course. And it's all so very freaky. And here we are, right? Here we are. So the visitor from the planet Omicron. Visitor from the planet Omicron.
You shouldn't be afraid to tell.
A current conspiracy, ACC.
Us.
Shouldn't be afraid to tell us. Commentary, fair use. Fair use. I don't know if I should play this video. Are they gonna like jack me up? Food source, what does it mean? Well, bottom line is there was a movie called The Visitor from the Planet Omicron in 2013. Let me watch this clip real quick and see what I can share with you. Yeah. March 23rd. Vegetable virus start date, March 23rd. Well, that would be your black horse date. Your famine date. If it's talking about your food sources, because you get war and famine. So by springtime, we get the black horse.
Destroy Earth's food source.
That's playback speed too, and it's you still didn't sound fast.
What does it mean, Lucky? I'll tell you what it means.
Jocon, I'll tell you what it means. Commentary fair use for educational purposes.
He's planning a virus here. He's a hostage.
He's planning a virus. And of course, the virus has always just been the buzzword for basically the four horses. But the first horse, it's the illness is the ritual for the four horses, especially the first horse. See the sun over his head there? It's weird.
Style alien. Well, your friendly talk was just on front. Like a free resort.
Your friendly talk was just sort of like a
They turned into a timeshare sales page. I have all important. It's true. Omicron sent me here to plan
It's true. Omicron sent me here to
virus, destroy your vegetation,
plan an illness to destroy your vegetation.
sell you back the antidote.
Sell you back the antidote. So anyway, let's keep going. Devil Wears Prada, I thought of. I saw something about fashion. Big round hats this year are big. And I'm like, well, of course, the Ghost in the Machine is computer animating the fashion industry too. What you wear, what the new fashion trends will be, blah, blah, blah. And you see here, Michael gives us his son is named Danny Torrance, DT, Donald Trump. Ah, like it. Danny wore a sweater with Apollo stitched into it. Sure enough did. That's good stuff, Michael. Wow, that's good. And he's got the palm of his hand right there. Shining also matches Wolf Moon and Apocalypse. Ooh. Golly. I know so much matched up with that Wolf Full Moon. Y'all see what they're doing, don't you? They knew, just like they've ordained everything in our lives, or God has ordained everything in our lives, and they've been able to know that. God has given them the ability to know our lives. Okay. Because we worked in their lives when we were lost sheep. They owned us for a while in our sinful nature. But then we get the call and we're released really from that. I mean, we never get rid of our sin nature. So they're always able to peck around, but at a very low level. And so you see how they've confused us. They've got us thinking, well, I pet goat. And Groundhog Day is telling us that it's on February 12th, Lupercalia. And the Dark Knight doesn't really give a date, or the Dark Knight Rises. Well, it does. It gives us the date of 1:15. They hold the right eye cowl at 1:15 of the movie, an hour and 15 minutes in. So the Dark Knight Rises gives you the wolf full moon. The Shining gives you the wolf full moon. Sicarios, both of them give you the wolf full moon, the land of wolves. The Shining, Jack Torrance comes to 119 for Donald. Now he's holding up his palm too for La Palma. Come on. Come on now. There's the Apollo shirt. Thank you, Michael. Yep. And he rises up like NASA shooting off a rocket. Launch date of Apollo 13. Watch it. Watch all the tails be in the launch dates. Hang on. I'm boiling water. Alarm went off.
1961.
Apollo 11. Apollo 8 launch date.
The Apollo 8's fly date is December 21st, 1968.
Apollo 7 launch date.
The Apollo 7's fly date is October 11th, 1968.
Apollo 2 launch date.
S-203's fly date is July 5th, 1966.
Apollo 9 launch date.
The Apollo 9's fly date is March 3rd, 1969.
Apollo 10 May 18th. Apollo 12 November 14th. Apollo launch dates, Wikipedia.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
From 1961, year I was born. Great. So they're not going to give us any chart of like all of them. What a bunch of bubs. What kind of loser website is this? There we go. Thank you. So we got February 26th, July 5th. We're just looking for really February. We're looking for anything in January or February. It's February 21st, February 26th, January 22nd, 23rd. We don't see the May 11th on here anywhere. We don't see Trump's birthday anywhere on here. December, April, July, January 31st, July 16th, May 18th, March 3rd, December 21st, October 11, October 4, January 22nd, November 9th, for 9/11 or 11/9, February 21st. Okay. Hey, it was just something to check out. That's all. So thank you, Michael, for that. Well, as I get ready to load, I still can't help but wonder, is there a marriage in place for my second wife? Like, are they going to do it? Like, today's Christmas, like, what if they get engaged, right? I mean, if I get word of that, y'all, then you can start your clock. I mean, start that clock ticking. I'm sorry, they're already engaged. But if they decide to set a date, they've been engaged for years. But if they set a date and announce it while the family's here for Christmas, the pagan holiday, and it's set up for the next pagan holiday of the Lupercalia festival season, Valentine's and all that gizmo. Wow. That's all I got to say. I got big wows coming. I mean, we can start that clock. Then that's when I will put my absolute stamp, because Donald Trump comes to her third marriage all the way around. Or is it Donald? It's Donald J. Trump. I'm sorry. The Donald J. Trump, since her marriage number is 8. So her first marriage is 8. Second marriage is 88 to me. So I'm 88 2 different ways. Through the progression and just an 8 next to an 8. Or an 888 would signify her third marriage. And of course, 727 for iPet Goat. 7 times 27 comes to 189. Or people born on July 27th. 7 times 27 is 189. And that's his. And then you times it by his year 1967. But that's how he got his number. But there's her third marriage progression of the 89. Next to the 11 are the twin Trumps. So that's pretty solid stuff. $888 or 89. It's her third marriage, 2 different ways, Donald J. Trump. And remember, his number is 6 times 14 times 1946, which is 163 for the 64. My first wife was 62. My next wife progression is 63. That's what she was. And of course, Trump won that, the 88. For my third marriage, I think as me, the bride of Christ, or my fourth wife, or my third wife, or my next wife progression. But that's me as a wife, I think, as the bride of Christ. 163, 464 is Trump's number, 63 and 64. And my first wife was Obama's birthday, 8 times 4 times, whoops, she's 1964. I'm 61. Obama was 61. Remember, Obama is my first wife's day with my year. That's Obama. That's so weird, isn't it? An iPad Goat goes from Obama to or Trump to or Bush to Obama. And then, of course, it's all about Trump. But my first wife was 62. So my second wife progression is 63. And my third would be 64. Trump is 163, 464. And that's just myopic narcissism. Trust me. All right. But it's just stuff I've seen my whole life. Just numbers, 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 how everything relates to numbers. All right. It's 4:02 a.m. people. Love y'all. Can't wait to see your comments on this one.